Hello, wrestling fans. I'm Drew Abbenhouse here with Mr. Herb Simmons, pleased to bring you another terrific episode of SICW Wrestling Explosion. Mr. Simmons, we're right in the middle of SICW's busiest time of the year. Of course, last week we talked about our great October show. It was a great night for our general manager, Craig. We raised some great funds for breast cancer awareness, but no rest for the wicked. We're turning right back around. And on November the 5th, we're right back in Swansea. We had the terrific show there just a few weeks ago, and now we're back for part 2 in Swansea to raise some money for the great firefighters in the Swansea Firehouse.
Well, as the fans know, Swansea Fire Department, the firefighters and the first responders are really special to SICW. We've been there, I think this is our 4th time.
Yes,
we're going
sir.
back there. It's wrestling in the firehouse. We want to thank Chief John McGuire, Brian Whitaker, Jason Whitaker, and all the firemen at the Swansea Fire Department for allowing us to help them. As you said, we were there a few weeks ago for the St. Clair Special Emergency Services, a volunteer group that comes out and helps any type of disaster. So November 5th, big night, 2 big matches.
Yes, sir.
One of them is going to be a 2 out of 3 tag match inside of a steel cage.
Yes, sir.
What a match that's going to be when Gary Jackson tags up with probably, I say, the toughest guy in the business today, Ron Powers.
Can't argue with that.
And of course, on the other side of that ring, guys that are very able to take care of themselves. We're talking about Brandon Espinoza, the little tough guy that's been around for a long time. And I'm going to tell you what, he packs a heck of a punch. And he's tagging up with none other than the Mongolian beast himself, Attila Khan.
Yes, sir.
And they're all going to be in the cage. They'll be locked inside there. And of course, the caveat to that is the manager for Khan and Espinoza will be locked outside. Won't be able to get in.
Absolutely right. Usually Ron and Gary and everyone facing the Travis Cook organization, that's an added wrinkle you always have to keep an eye in the back of your head for the I don't know what to call him. I was going to call him a legal beagle or something like that. But Travis Cook, but this time you said it, Travis Cook, locked outside of the cage, forced to watch from the outside looking in.
And then the second main event for the night, something that developed our last outing at the Swansea Firehouse.
I'm looking forward to this, Herb.
A lumberjack match. And for those of you who aren't aware of what a lumberjack is, 2 contestants will be in the ring, and in this match it's going to be the volatile one, Curtis Wild, of course, with his number 1 Ginger. She'll be on the outside.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how that's going to work, but they'll be going
her
against...
Her name is Wildfire. What better place to
yes.
contain a wildfire than the firehouse?
But he has to get in that ring against the Iron Man himself, Ken Casa. And the caveat to this, the lumberjack match, normally the other wrestlers that are on the card that night surround the ring and they toss the wrestlers back in the ring if they happen to get out, whether they're tossed out or whether they decide to jump out. But in this match on November the 5th, those lumberjacks that will be surrounding that ring will be the members of the Swansea Fire Department.
That's incredible.
The firemen will be there to get a little payback from the disrespect that Curtis Wild showed to their mascot, Fire Pup.
That's right. Well, that's November the 5th. Get your tickets. It's only a few days away if you haven't already. Again, that's Ken Casa versus Curtis Wild with the Swansea Firemen as the Lumberjacks in a huge 2 out of 3 falls cage match. Mark your calendar, November 5th. We're back in East Carondelet, November the 19th. We're going to talk more about that card in the upcoming weeks. But today we have 2 debuts. It is the Cowboy Mark Houston takes on Johnny Blade. We're going to actually hear from Curtis Wild to hear what he has to say about his upcoming lumberjack match. And Gary Jackson and Big Jim Hofarth take on Waco and Gunner in tag team action. It's going to be a great episode, and we're getting right to it as soon as we hear a quick word from our sponsors.
Let Custom Truck Upholstery give your vehicle a facelift. Visit us on 707 North 20th Street in East St. Louis, Illinois. Custom Truck Upholstery merges old world craftsmanship and attention to detail with the latest in modern technology to make your car, truck, boat, or motorcycle look like new. Call Custom Truck Upholstery at 618-875-9850.
All right, wrestling fans, this week's action underway. The Cowboy, Mark Houston on the left in the blue and yellow, taking on Johnny Blade. Johnny Blade from St. Louis, Missouri. Cowboy Mark Houston from Lubbock, Texas. This is the first time we've seen the Cowboy in action here. This is the second attempt here. A strong collar and elbow tie-up. Johnny Blade getting that wrist lock. This is a big fella here, Cowboy Mark Houston. Checking in at about 6'4", 300 pounds. So Johnny Blade, a terrific fighter, but giving up about 65 pounds here. And it looks like 3 or 4 inches of height. Oh, there you go. That's what you have to do, catch your opponent off guard. That's exactly what he did to the Cowboy. Johnny Blade getting the upper hand. Very nicely done, staying all over Cowboy Mark Houston. That's good strategy from Blade when you're facing someone larger than yourself. You have to ramp up your aggression. Oh, there you go. And have to resort to maybe some underhanded tricks. We saw just one of those clubbing blows from the Cowboy. Thundering smashes. Johnny Blade staying 2 steps ahead of the Cowboy here, now rubbing it in to the fans. And folks, we're just a few days away, like you heard Herb and I talking about, from returning to Swansea, Illinois. Johnny Blade just getting a 1 count there. But folks, as you see here, this past October SICW in the East Carondelet Community Center, sporting the red ropes, our referee wearing a pale pink shirt, and all the fans that wore a pink shirt or blouse received a discount on their ticket here this month. And we appreciate all the fans coming out and helping us support Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we raised some funds to go to some very deserving folks and help them pay some medical bills off. And we're bringing more great wrestling action to Swansea, Illinois. Like I said, just a few days away, November the 5th. Get your tickets from any Swansea firefighter or visit the Firehouse at 144 Huntwood Road in Swansea for tickets. Johnny Blade. Oh, got a 2 count that time. He's wearing the Cowboy down. Cowboy Mark Houston probably thought his debut here in SICW was going to go a little more smoothly. Johnny Blade giving a little bit of lip to referee Jay King, and I think that backfired. His momentary lapse of attention. Cowboy Mark Houston swinging the momentum in his favor, and he's creating some space. Better look out. Oh, that charging bull. Johnny Blade using his agility to get out of the way. And folks, after this matchup, I caught up with Curtis Wild, Volatile Curtis Wild, and we discuss his huge firefighter lumberjack match this weekend in Swansea against the Iron Man, Ken Casa. He's a very confident son of a gun, is Curtis Wild, and you'll want to hear what he has to say about the Swansea firefighters. And Johnny Blade, I have to give him credit. I thought he was going to be the underdog in this competition. But Johnny Blade maybe using a bit of his experience advantage to stay 1 step ahead of this big old Cowboy. Oh, but you can't dodge that. What a thunderous boot. Followed up by that elbow drop right to the chest. Oh, I thought that might have been enough to put away Blade. Yeah, he didn't want any part of that. Johnny Blade raking the eyes of Houston, making sure he put an end to that very quickly. Bit of a different side than we've seen from Johnny Blade recently. Showing a bit more aggression, a little bit more attitude, but it's working for him this far. And see, this is what I'm saying about staying aggressive. He could have used that as an opportunity. He threw Mark Houston right outside the ring. But he did not use that to take a moment's rest. He stayed right on top of Mark Houston, the Cowboy. Now they're just going toe-to-toe. Oh, Johnny Blade. Excellent match awareness there, was paying attention to Jay King's 10 count, making sure to roll back in to break the count before either of these men got counted out. Going for a pinfall. Looked like the Cowboy was holding on to his groin area. I think we might have missed a low blow. Oh, now what's Johnny Blade doing? I don't know if I could advise this. He's been doing pretty well thus far. I don't think he needs that bell. He better watch out, though. Cowboy Mark Houston. Oh, just clobbering Blade with that huge lariat. And he did it. Cowboy Mark Houston with that clubbing lariat, picking up a victory in his SICW debut. We saw Big Daddy there. I think he was scouting things out. But well done, Cowboy Mark Houston.
The old season is over. The new season is coming. The Gateway Grizzlies are building for a spectacular campaign. The talent will be strong, hard-hitting, solid defense, reliable pitching. Plus, as always, the Grizzlies will have a schedule of superb promotions. It will be fun for the entire family at the right price. The Grizzlies were named the Frontier League Organization of the Year. The home for all this baseball excitement is the remarkable GCS ballpark. Make plans now to enjoy baseball the way it should be. For more information and updates, go to gatewaygrizzlies.com.
SICW returns to the Swansea Firehouse Saturday night, November the 5th, in a fundraiser for the Swansea firefighters. Volatile Curtis Wild takes on the Iron Man Ken Casa in a lumberjack match with the Swansea firefighters as the Lumberjacks. In a huge main event, it is a 2 out of 3 falls tag team cage match as Ron Powers and Gary Jackson go into battle against Attila Khan and Brandon Espinosa. Pick up your tickets at the Swansea Firehouse at 144 Huntwood Road in Swansea, Illinois. Wrestling fans, join SICW as we return to the East Carondelet Community Center Saturday night, November the 19th. Huge main event, the Classic Wrestling Championship on the line as Ron Powers defends against Brandon Espinosa of the Travis Cook organization. Plus many more matches to be announced. Get your tickets at 618-286-4848. Again, that's 618-286-4848.
For music and fun, the place to party is Pop's nightclub and concert venue in Sojay. From Bruno Mars of the first U.S. tour of Nickelback to Flogging Molly or the Insane Clown Posse, 30 years of memories pack Pop's concert venue with more made at every new show. And there's a party at Pop's nightclub every night, a melting pot of friends enjoy the best in dance, rock, pop, and top 40 music until 5:30 a.m. Plus add a full game room. Check out all the action at popsrocks.com. Then and now, the place to party is Pop's in Sojay.
Wrestling fans, I am here with Volatile Curtis Wild and the one and only Wildfire. November the 5th. You two may have gotten yourselves into a bit of deep water as we're in the Swansea Firehouse, but because of the actions this past October, great match has been set up. It's the Volatile Curtis Wild taking on the Iron Man Ken Casa one-on-one in a lumberjack match, and the Lumberjacks, due to your sort of picking on the firemen and fire pup, all this stuff, you're getting sort of what you wanted, as the firemen of Swansea and the first responders themselves are going to be the Lumberjacks. And anytime yourself or Ken Casa exits the ring, these firemen can get you back in the ring any way they please. Maybe they turn the fire hose on. Who knows what they come up with. But you asked for this match. You got it. Sort of, what are your thoughts surrounded by firemen?
Of the yapping out of you. You see, the fact of the matter is that everybody thinks that this lumberjack match is working against us. But the fact is that it's working for us. It's working in my favor. Because the last thing that's going to happen is that King Casa is going to be able to escape my wrath. You see, the fact of the matter is, every time I go out there and it's somebody that Herb Simmons has put in my path, I take them out. I change them. They're never the same because they stepped in the ring with me. You know it. She knows it. Herb Simmons, you know it. November 5th, the Firehouse. We're going to line that ring with firemen, the Swansea's finest. And they're going to see exactly why I'm the top of the food chain. I am the Lion of the Lou, the Wolf of West County, and the Spark of Forest Park. There can be only one. In Ken Casa, I am going to prove November 5th that you're the Iron Man, they say. But iron can be bent, and November 5th, it's going to be broken.
Well, Mr. Wild, I have to say, you are no stranger to using the one and only Wildfire to your benefit when you can. What better to fight a wildfire than a building full of firefighters? So
they can line the ring as much as they want to, and they can be out there as the lumberjacks. But if they mess with me, if they do what Ken Casa did the last time we were in Swansea, they're going to walk out lumberjills. You feel me?
Well, fans, November the 5th in the Swansea Firehouse, will the lumberjacks be lumberjills? We'll find out. Don't miss this one.
Belleville Mechanical Incorporated is the place to go for commercial and industrial heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigerating work. Their union sheet metal shop is the most modern, well-equipped in southwestern Illinois. Their work on the SICW engineering building won Belleville Mechanical the Madigan Special Merit Award for new construction. Call 233-0081 for information. Belleville Mechanical will fabricate ductwork and custom fittings to your specifications. The highest union quality, superb workmanship, state-of-the-art equipment. Contact Belleville Mechanical.
SICW is pleased to welcome as a new sponsor Warma Witter Chrysler and Associates Inc., independent insurance agent specializing in public entity insurance. For all your insurance needs, contact Bradley J. Chrysler at 618-632-7555, extension 806. That's 618-632-7555. When it comes to customer service for your insurance coverage, let Warma Witter Chrysler and Associates assist you.
Unique and affordable gifts and collectibles on the internet are available at the Black Bear Haversack Trading Post. Go to blackbearhaversack.com. Semi-precious stones, bone horn and soapstone items, abalone shells, genuine coyote and water buffalo teeth pendants, products for Civil War, medieval, and Renaissance reenactments, and so much more. For a 10% discount, mention SICW number 7 when you place your order. It's blackbearhaversack.com for top quality at reduced prices.
All right, fans, this is our featured tag team matchup on today's Wrestling Explosion. The team of Big Jim Hofarth and Gary Jackson. The great one, Gary Jackson, currently in the ring in the green and yellow. And they are opposing the team of Waco and Daniel Gunner, led by Big Daddy in the orange on the outside of the ring. We saw Big Daddy at the conclusion of our last match, and it looked like he was checking on Johnny Blade. So you always have to keep an eye on Big Daddy, as he's always looking to expand his roster and add to his stable. Tremendous opening exchange. Gary Jackson and Daniel Gunner not showing of the fundamentals. Gunner going for a tag to his partner Waco. Waco having no part of it. It's a rather interesting pairing. Recently we've seen Daniel Gunner on the wrong end of Brandon Espinosa's attacks. And actually, on this occasion, it was supposed to be Waco teaming up with Brandon Espinosa. Brandon Espinosa decided this match was beneath him, was not interested in taking on Big Jim and Gary Jackson, leaving Waco without a partner. Daniel Gunner, although probably wouldn't have chosen Waco, Daniel Gunner is always ready to fight, and he shows up ready to wrestle. So he actually took Brandon Espinosa's spot, but there you saw Waco finally waiting to tag in to when Daniel Gunner had this match under control. Waco kind of swooping in, stealing the credit for Gunner's work here. Folks, as I was talking earlier about our huge show in Swansea, we're looking at one half of a tag team, rather, that will be inside a steel cage in Swansea, as Gary Jackson will be teaming up with Ron Powers to go into battle, to go into war against Travis Cook's army of Attila Khan, the Mongolian monster, and Brandon Espinosa. Folks, it's a tag team match. Oh, Gary Jackson, nice cross body block. Waco getting out of there at 2. That's a match that's going to be talked about for many, many years, folks. Just a match with 4 athletes of that caliber would be huge. As huge as Big Jim and the blows that he's raining down. Look at that clothesline from Big Jim, the winner of this year's Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal. But folks, in Swansea, November the 5th, Gary Jackson will team up with Ron Powers to take on Attila Khan and Brandon Espinosa. As I said, it will be inside a steel cage. It will be 2 out of 3 falls. And it's a tornado tag team match, which means all 4 combatants will be able to fight simultaneously. Partners will not have to tag in and out in a tornado tag team match. It's just gang warfare inside of a steel cage. And you heard what Curtis Wilde had to say before this matchup, folks. You have to wonder, is he going to have an attitude adjustment when he's face to face with Lord knows how many lumberjacks that are going to be surrounding the ring should Curtis Wilde try to get out of Dodge against the Iron Man Ken Casa. And for that sake, if Ken Casa exits the ring, the firefighters need to do what they need to do to get the Iron Man back in there as well. Although it's hard to imagine the Iron Man Casa trying to get out of the ring, roll away from a fight. But stranger things have happened. That's why you have to be there this Saturday, November the 5th in Swansea, Illinois, in the Swansea Firehouse. Big kudos to Daniel Gunner, who's not only been going toe-to-toe with the Night Train, Gary Jackson, but he was getting the one-up over Jackson on several occasions in this matchup. Daniel Gunner, even though he's been sort of without a partner, although he does have Waco in his corner, they certainly are not on the same page. Oh, man, those huge chops from Big Jim Hofarth. Following it up with a hip toss. Oh. It looked like he was looking to follow up with something on Daniel Gunner. Daniel Gunner with the ring awareness to roll out of the way, throwing off whatever Big Jim's plans were, but Big Jim staying right on top of Gunner and just sending him crashing to the mat. Oh, here's the thing about Daniel Gunner. Whenever he's injured, whenever he's out of oxygen or energy, he's certainly not out of fight. Look at Waco. Spending time jaw-jacking with the fans, telling the little girl to sit down and shut her mouth when he should be in his corner, supporting his partner. There's Big Jim making Waco probably wish he would have stayed in his corner. You got to give kudos to Gunner. His spirit never breaks. The fight never leaves this man. Here you see, there's Gunner looking to make the tag. Let's see if Waco, there you go. There for the first time, Waco actually tagging out to Gunner. Very nice. And see what happens when a tag team is on the same page. These two men with the double clothesline on Gary Jackson. Very good. In and out. Quick tags. If they could have been doing this from the beginning of the matchup, you have to imagine Gunner wouldn't have been taking so much punishment. They're saying, let's do it one more time. Going for third time's a charm, sending Gary Jackson into the ropes. Gary Jackson scouting out that attempt. Oh! Very nice. Gunner was able to stay one step ahead of Gary Jackson, but amidst all of that chaos, Waco took an inadvertent boot from Gunner. There's the Night Train rolling up Gunner, and he got it. The Night Train picking up the 3 count with the schoolboy roll-up. Gary Jackson and Big Jim Hofarth picking up the win. Wrestling fans, join SICW as we return to the East Carondelet Community Center Saturday night, November the 19th. Huge main event, the Classic Wrestling Championship on the line as Ron Powers defends against Brandon Espinosa of the Travis Cook organization. Plus many more matches to be announced. Get your tickets at 618-286-4848. Again, that's 618-286-4848.
From the World Series champion Tigers in '45 to the Gateway Grizzlies to the '03 State Tournament Belleville East Lancers. A tradition in baseball and an even longer tradition in fine furniture and service. Miller Furniture, 1004 East Main in Belleville.
Folks, thanks for joining us today on another great episode of Wrestling Explosion. Cowboy Mark Houston, victorious in his SICW debut, and Gary Jackson and Big Jim Hofarth picking up the win in tag team action. Folks, join us this Saturday in Swansea, Illinois for a firefighter lumberjack match and a huge tag team cage match, and join us right here next week on the Fight TV app or on Charter Cable for more great SICW Wrestling Explosion.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 7 minutes and 58 seconds, your winners via pinfall.